Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into another fascinating topic with us today.
Always excited to explore these things with you, yeah.
So today, we're going deep on online shopping scams.
Oh, scams. Everyone loves a good scam story, right?
Right, but these ones are especially tricky.
Definitely.
And they're super common too. I mean, I'm willing to bet almost all of you have shopped online at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Who doesn't these days,
oh,
right?
exactly. So these scams, we're calling them card decline scams. And we've got some great info from the Better Business Bureau, the BBB.
Always a good source.
And also, AAA chimed in too.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And basically what we want to do today is help you guys spot these scams, avoid them, and keep your money safe.
I think it's good advice, yeah.
So, I mean, we've all had that experience. You're online, you're trying to buy something. Maybe it's a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
You put your card info in, you hit purchase, and then bam,
Declined.
declined. It's like,
Yeah.
whew, so frustrating.
The worst, right.
But that's exactly what these scammers are banking on.
They kind of play on those expectations, those kind of ingrained habits we have online.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're so used to, maybe our card actually did decline for some reason, that we don't think twice when we see that message.
It's like, oh, gotta use a different card, or I'll try again later.
Right. So walk me through this. How does one of these scams actually work, like in a real-world scenario?
Okay, so picture this. You're online, maybe you're looking for something specific or just browsing, and you find this amazing deal. It's almost too good to be true, right?
Okay, I'm already suspicious.
Right. But you're excited, so you go to the website, and it looks totally legit, very professional, just like any other online store.
So it doesn't seem like a scam right away.
No, not at all. And then you go to checkout, you put in your card details, you click that purchase button, and declined.
Ugh, there it is.
Exactly. And you try again, maybe even with a different card, just to be sure, but the same message, declined. So you figure, okay, it must be my bank, or I'll deal with it later, and you move on.
Right, totally normal reaction.
But here's the thing. Your card was probably never declined in the first place.
What?
Yeah, the spammers have created this whole fake storefront. It's like a facade.
So they make it look like a real transaction is happening.
Exactly. But behind the scenes, they're stealing your card information.
Oh, wow.
And then days or weeks later, you check your statement and boom, there are all these unauthorized charges. You're like, where did these come from?
So even though the purchase seemed to fail,
Mm.
the scammers still got what they wanted.
That's scary.
Yeah, the AAA actually shared a specific example of this. They said there was a scam going around where people were getting emails offering free emergency kits.
Free emergency kit sounds pretty good.
Right? But when people clicked the link and tried to claim their free kit, they'd hit that card decline wall.
And even though the purchase seemingly failed, later on, bam, fraudulent charges.
Wow, okay. So even if you don't see a successful transaction, you might not be in the clear.
Exactly. It's always a good idea to regularly check your bank statements, just in case.
For sure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's good advice anyway, but especially in this context. So what are some things, practical steps that people can take to avoid falling into one of these traps?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first and most important thing is be really careful about the websites you're visiting.
Like, how do you know if a website is safe or not?
One thing you can always do is double check the URL, the website address. Look for any misspellings, even small ones.
Oh, like a website that looks like Amazon.com, but is actually Amazon.com or something like that.
Exactly. Those are sneaky, but if you pay close attention, you can catch them.
Okay, good to know.
And another thing to look for is that little HTTPS at the beginning of the URL. That S stands for secure, and it means the website is using encryption to protect your information.
Okay, so HTTPS good, HTTP bad. Got it.
Exactly.
And, we see those too good to be true deals all the time popping up in emails or on social media. What's the best way to approach those tempting offers?
I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but if something seems unbelievably amazing, it probably is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's always a good idea to do a quick price comparison. Check the price of that same item on a trusted retailer's website.
Right, see if it's actually a deal or just a trick.
Exactly. And you can also check out the company on bbd.org, the Better Business Bureau website.
Oh, right, to see if there have been any complaints or red flags.
Exactly.
Okay, that's smart. Now, I've heard that using a credit card instead of a debit card for online purchases can be safer. Is that true?
Absolutely. Credit cards usually have much better fraud protection than debit cards.
Why is that?
Well, with a credit card, you're essentially borrowing money from the bank to make the purchase.
Right.
And there are a lot of regulations around credit card transactions, and if there's any unauthorized activity, it's usually much easier to dispute the charges and get your money back.
Okay.
With a debit card, though, the money comes directly from your bank account.
So if someone steals your debit card info?
They have direct access to your money.
Yikes.
Yeah, and it can be a real hassle to get that money back.
So credit cards for online shopping whenever possible.
Definitely a good rule of thumb.
And speaking of debit cards, it sounds like it's extra important to set up bank alerts for suspicious activity, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you can catch any unauthorized charges right away.
Exactly. It's like having an early warning system. If anything unusual happens with your account, you'll get a notification immediately, and you can take action right away.
Okay, so let's say the worst happens, and you do find some unauthorized charges on your statement. What should you do?
First of all, don't panic.
Easy to say.
I know. But seriously, it's important to stay calm and think clearly. The good news is you're not liable for fraudulent charges if you report them promptly.
Okay, that's good to know.
So the first thing you should do is check the company's official website.
Like, if I think I bought something from a fake Amazon.com, I should go to therealamazon.com.
Exactly. See if there are any announcements about data breaches or security issues.
Okay.
And whatever you do, don't click on any links and emails that claim to be from your bank or the company.
Right, those could be phishing scams.
Exactly. They might try to trick you into giving them your personal information.
So once I've checked the company's website, what's next?
Call your bank or credit card issuer immediately.
And I guess it's important to use the number on the back of your card, right?
Absolutely. Don't use any number you find online or in an email.
Okay, good tip.
They'll be able to help you freeze your account, report the fraud, and get a new card issued. You might also want to consider putting a credit freeze or a fraud alert on your credit report.
What does that do?
It basically makes it much harder for anyone to open new accounts in your name.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's a good extra layer of protection.
And of course, we can't forget about those annual credit report checkups, right? It's so important to review those regularly.
And remember, annualcreditreport.com is the only website authorized by the Federal Trade Commission to provide free credit reports.
Right. There are a lot of imitators out there.
Exactly.
So to recap, be careful about the websites you visit, double-check those URLs, stick to secure payment methods, and if anything seems fishy, report it right away.
Definitely. And don't be afraid to be a little bit paranoid. It's better to be safe than sorry.
You know, it's kind of amazing how these scammers are constantly coming up with new tricks, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. As soon as we figure out how to protect ourselves from one scam, they come up with another one.
It's like a constant game of cat and mouse.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, I think that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive.
A bit scary, but good information to know, right?
Definitely.
Stay safe out there, everyone.
Yeah, keep those digital defenses strong, and we'll see you next time.